What's going on, guys? We're going to be talking about Jay and Silent Bob today. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. If you guys have not seen the brand new movie of the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, then go ahead and click off the video. We're going to go major sport territory. Or if you guys just don't care, you guys just want to enjoy the review or hear about the movie, let's go ahead and stick around. Get to talking about some Jay and Silent Bob. You guys hopefully have been able to see the reboot and also seen the original movie, or hopefully old enough to see the original movie. Because it did come out in the 90s. I believe it was the 90s or the late 2000s. Either way, it was such a great movie. And there was a lot of nostalgia to the original film. So I'm going to give you guys what the story is, and pretty much what happens is that Jay and Silent Bob get arrested. They go to court, and then they get a lawyer, which is portrayed by Justin Long. He has them sign a document, which is basically stating that they no longer own their names, and that is now being owned by Kevin Smith, which is Kevin Smith doing two roles as himself as well as Silent Bob. And then they want to go right back to Hollywood, stop the Blunt Man Cronk movie from being made. And at the same time, Jay comes to find out where they're on the road. He sees Justice on the TV. He starts having those feelings. He wants to see her. As soon as he sees her, he comes to find out there is a kid, and the reason why he did not keep in contact with her is because they wouldn't be able to allow them to have sex while she was in prison. And at the same time, she thought he just didn't want to be a father. And we also get to find out that she is married to a female, and then also at the same time that his daughter is just like him, has her own group of friends, and they want to go see the Blunt Man Cronk movie because their friends apparently going to get deported to China. And we're also Jay's trying to keep the secret that Justice told him to keep, that do not tell her that you are her father. And so they go on this journey with trying to stop the Blunt Man Cronk movie. Again, there's a lot of funniness within this movie. They bring a lot of old characters back, such as Brody, Jason Lee from Mallrats. I'm not going to name everybody in this film, but they did have a lot of actors that are friends of Kevin Smith, as well as also fellow actors that have been in other movies. There was a lot of nostalgia to the older movies, such as again with Jay and Silent Bob, Strike Back, or with Mallrats, Dogma, Clerks 1 and 2. There was so much. There were things about this movie I did not really care for, but there was like, because they really poked at a lot of the persona of how the way Hollywood is and how nowadays is doing to such as making fun of film, where a lot of basically Hollywood and wrong writers, directors, they could give a crap less about what we think about the movies as long as they do it right. And you see where Jason Lee's explaining to Jay and Silent Bob the difference between a remaster and a reboot. And I liked how they did that because honestly, they're being point blank and basically stating that there are some that care and there's some that don't. And Kevin Smith, he did say that he wanted to keep it to the original film, but try to change it up a little bit. And the same thing with Jason Mewes, he even agreed with that as well. But at the same time, I was really happy that this really did keep to the original film, except for, of course, Jay having a daughter. And now the daughter took the persona of Jay, and also at the same time, it was fun, but it just was one of those where I wasn't really laughing that hard, because if they want to keep going with this, which they probably will not at this point, because there is a moment in the movie where they literally talk to Ben Affleck's character that's been in the other movies, where he shows that he's a daughter, and he basically finally gave up with trying to chase his, be who he wants to be, and he basically, being dad's important. And then finally that's when Jay states that he just doesn't care, he just wants to be a dad. So that's pretty much what happens at the end of the movie, is that he um, takes his daughter and he basically starts telling her different stories about how him and Jay and Silent Bob have always been around, how they met, how, just different things that's happened within the film, because they basically go literally into between what happened in Mallrats, what happened in Dogma, what happened in Clerks 1 and 2, what happened in the first Jay and Silent Bob movie. So this did happen. It's not saying that any of these films did not happen, because they put it in the film. They put a bunch of different other things in this film. They made fun of the Batman v Superman. They made fun of Hollywood in this movie. They picked fun at a bunch of different things in this movie that within society as of right now is going through, with trying to personify different characters, such as making a female that was a male character, or changing into something like they made fun of Comic-Con, which was Chronic Con. They made fun of basically everything in this movie here, guys. They made fun of every single little thing. But again, it was jokes, and that's the real thing that Jay and Silent Bob has always been about, is jokes, having fun, and making people laugh. And this is pretty much what that was about. It was a good film. Not a whole lot to really say that I was disappointed in. There was a few hit and misses in the drop lines. I was just like, but other than that, it was good. If you guys are still fans of Jason Mewes or Kevin Smith, go check it out. It is a great film. It is fun to watch. It is, you get a good laugh. It does bring back a lot of memories from the other movies if you've seen any of those movies that they were in. Watch them again if you want to. This one's another good addition to the collection. Now, do I think this needs to stop with Jay and Silent Bob? Obviously, yes, because of the way they ended it. I'm happy with this ending it the way it did, due to finding out that Jay has a daughter at the same time of him finally knowing, okay, hey, it's time to grow up. He's try to be a father to his kid. And at the same time, he's trying to teach her, don't do the same things I did, but also still try to have fun within reason, which is funny because of how Jason Mewes' character as Jay has always been within all these movies. So it's really funny, but at the same time, we get to see Jay grow as a character, and also pretty much see Silent Bob be the same person, but it's also he grew as a character as well. And we also got to see a lot of familiar faces within this movie. We got to see ones from Mallrats. We got to see ones from Clerks. We got to see other faces in here that have been in multiple other shows or movies that has been in this business now for a very long time. But otherwise, guys, Jay and Silent Bob the reboot was actually very entertaining. It was funny, poked a lot of fun at a lot of different things, but it's still funny in the end. So hopefully you guys go check it out. Let me know what you guys think about this quick little review of Jay and Silent Bob. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys always new. This is also going on the podcast, which again I'm going to leave down in the description below. If you guys do not already know about that, I've been posting it on Twitter, among other things, so that way we can keep Games to World alive. Again, we're not going anywhere, just so that way if you guys are afraid of what's going to be happening next month, I'm going to talk about that as soon as possible, and we are going to be getting more further into this, and I will be seeing you guys on the very next one.